witnessing here is not a rare sight at all. The humble Minecraft YouTuber is commonly seen in many places throughout the world. They can possess a wide variety of different skills, including building, exploring, mining, and redstone. The best of them combine these skills in a creative way as a way to attract a following. This Minecraft YouTuber appears to be building a garden. He carefully places each flower with ultimate precision. Every blade of grass carefully considered. As he notices us, he turns on his special time-lapse ability in the hopes of getting our attention. While using his time-lapse ability, he can move at blinding speeds to make projects that would normally take hours appear to be completed in seconds. This truly remarkable feat of nature is satisfying to watch, to say the least.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Today guys, we've got big plans, big plans. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with our crane that we built last episode, which it's looking really sick, isn't it? Doubles as our iron farm up there. If you want to check out how we built it, you could take a look at the last episode. By the way, let's see how much profit we have so far. Ooh, okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I did do like maybe a couple hours of AFKing here, but nothing too long since last episode, so we've got a good bit of iron going. But that's not what today's video is about, because do you remember what I mentioned that we were living near a flower forest biome right across the river from where MineCorp is set up? Well, I think I want to take advantage of that because I want to build a really big flower farm, but not up here on the surface. I want to build it down in the mines. If you watched some of my previous videos, you might remember this flower farm design that we have. It's very loud, and it really is only good for about chunks this big, maybe a little bit bigger due to piston push limit. And while there's some parts of this farm that I do like, there's some parts that I think can be improved on. For example, there's no real collection system. It's all manually collected and put into chests over here. All the seeds get composted into bone meal over here. And I think there can be a better system, which brings me to this area. This is where we were digging out for deep slate last episode, and I thought that this would be a great area to build some flower farms, because if you remember, this is actually a flower forest you can see over on the left side of the screen. And so we've dug out this area already, we might as well use it. So today we're going to be building a giant flower farm in this area, and it's going to be completely automatic. It's going to refill itself with bone meal, and it's going to auto collect all the flowers, and we'll probably add some auto sorters and stuff onto it for convenience sake as well. We're going all out on this one. Now you may be wondering what kind of flower farm we're going to be building that we need this much area, and well, you're gonna have to watch the video to find out. And I suppose you could just skip ahead to where I actually build it, but that would be no fun, right? Right guys? But while I work on mining out the rest of this area that I need, I did a little bit of work off camera over at the library, starting to fill up some of the bookshelves, and I also got some enchants on some of my tools. So now they all have, well, pretty much all of them, except for this one, have mending on it and unbreaking. So yeah, it's been great. So while I work on digging out this area, let me show you the progress that I have going on over there. Inside the library, we could say hi to Jeff. And we can admire this fully stocked bookshelf. Now this side is looting books, and this side is sweeping edge books. So, take a look. Got looting 3 and sweeping edge 3, which are max enchants. And that's pretty much the idea of the library here, is I want all the books on the bookshelves to be max enchant books. So like Feather Falling 3, Depth Strider 3, 4, 5, I don't remember exactly. But like sharpness, I only have sharpness 4 books so far. I need to combine those into sharpness 5. But as you can see down there, I don't have that many levels right now. So it's gonna take a while. Do you hear that? Nothing. Exactly. You don't hear anything. That's because all the allays in my campfire have vanished. And I think it has something to do with the render distance or the simulation distance or something, where the allays, who are always taking damage from that fire, if I go out of simulation distance or render distance or something, their regeneration stops, and then they just take damage from the fire and eventually they'll die. I think that's what happened. So I need to modify this XP farm somehow so that I can turn off and on the fire, which shouldn't be too hard. I could just fill up some flint and steel and like a water bucket or something to douse the flames. But yeah, that's a little bit annoying because now I don't have an XP farm working right now and I don't really want to work on it. So I'm just gonna keep going without it. Also, in other town news, it seems a zombie has gotten into Meal Market and has killed all of the Meal Market workers. Yeah, I found one guy back here. Put him in a boat, so maybe I can change him back later if I want. But everyone else is gone. Yeah, everyone is gone. So yeah, it seems like Meal Market might have a pretty big lawsuit on their hands coming up here. Also, in other town news, over at Wall Street, it seems some of my sheep have disappeared. And I don't know exactly why, but we do have a hint as to what happened here. And my guess is they got struck by lightning. Yeah, I don't know how else they could have burned to death, but I need to add more sheep back to the wool farms, so that way I can keep getting more wool. Although, I mean, I do have a ton of wool already, but here's another cooked mutton. Oh boy, that's just really unfortunate. But yeah, we can work on getting some sheep, probably between episodes or something. Won't be very interesting for on camera. But yeah, I think that's all the updates from the town. And I should be done mining by now, so let's go back over there. Nope, still mining. Can you stall for a little while longer? Seriously? Alright, I'll try my best. How does Steve get his exercise? He runs around the block. Get it? Get it? I'd tell you a joke about the end, but it will just drag on. Get it? Dragon. When I saw the guy with the potion, I knew there was trouble brewing. A creeper walks into a bar. Everyone dies. What's a ghast's favorite country? The Netherlands. Yeah? Alright, I think I've stalled long enough. And done. Whew, that was a lot of digging. But we have our farm dug out now down here. We've got a big old area, and it's not actually all the digging we have to do. There's still a ton more to do. But you can kind of see the shape of the farm now. So pretty much at the back, there's going to be water that flows all the way down these platforms. And on each of these platforms, there'll be grass, and they will get bone mealed automatically so that the flowers grow on them. Because again, we're in a flower forest biome, so the flowers will grow on the grass when you bone meal it. So it'll be grass getting bone mealed, water flowing down into hopper collection system here at the bottom, and I'll get all the flowers down here. Also, in addition to that, I'll get bonus tons of seeds that I will compost and turn into bone meal and hopefully be able to fully fuel this whole farm. But if not, I have the bone meal farms over on the other side that I can squeeze some extra bone meal off of. So next step now, add in all the dirt. Let's do it. And by the way, I designed this whole flower farm myself. I didn't look up any tutorials or anything on how to build this flower farm. I just decided that I had a flower forest biome and I wanted to build a farm to capitalize on that to get all the different kind of flowers from it. So if you're interested in like a tutorial on how to make this farm, Let me know down in the comments. It's pretty easy. All right, all the dirt is in, and I think it's a little bit too dark down here for the grass to spread. So I'm just gonna spam some torches down for now while we work on the rest of the build. So that way the grass will start spreading around, and then we can take the torches out later. Alright, next step now is that we need to place in all of our dispensers, and we just need to be a little bit careful about where we're placing these. We need to line them up just right because the dispensers will do a 7x7 area around them for the bone meal. So we need to line these up so that each of them are in their own little 7x7 quadrant along each of the shelves here. So when we're done, we'll have a bunch of dispensers going in a line this way and a bunch of them going in a line this way, and it should be a nice even grid with 7 blocks in between pretty much. So I'm gonna add some of those in and I'll get back to you when I'm done. All the dispensers are in now. You can see we have nice rows of dispensers, and I filled each one up full of bone meal, and ooh, that took like all the bone meal I have pretty much. So gonna hope that we don't need to refill these for a while, and also hope that this makes enough bone meal to replenish itself too. Up at the top we also have a row of dispensers that I need to fill up with water buckets, because that is how this area is going to be cleared. So water is going to flow down after the bone meal goes off on each of these layers. The water will flow down all the way to the bottom into a little collection system, and then we can sort out the flowers and the seeds and stuff after that. Okay, we got all the redstone in and all the grass has grown, so I think we're ready to do a test. But before that, I want to show you guys the guts of this thing a little bit, just so you can see kind of what's going on. So when we push this button out here, that's going to unlock this hopper clock, which I have 40 items in here right now. We may have to adjust the timing. I'm not quite sure how many items I need to put in it yet. But when that hopper clock does activate, it's going to be noticed by this observer, which is going to send a pulse down this line all the way back here to the beginning of all of our dispensers. So each row of redstone here is for the dispensers full of bone meal at the bottom underneath the farm, and each level has a row like this. So down here we got this level, this row, down here got this row, and so on and so forth, and each one is a row of dispensers full of bone meal. Now these are the dispensers that we placed earlier, right underneath the grass. And once the redstone signal gets all the way through all of those, it's going to go back up the side and all the way to the back. Whoops. To the row of dispensers at the back of the farm, which are holding all the water buckets. And when the redstone signal gets here, I added a little delay system right here, just using 2 comparators. And the reason we do that is because we need this observer to give off 2 pulses to these dispensers. One to dispense the water, and one to undispense the water, for lack of a better term. And if we just have the redstone go straight into the dispenser, the 2 pulses that come out are too quick. So the water kind of gets sucked back in without going all the way down the whole farm. So we have this little delay circuit here, which will increase the delay between the 2 redstone pulses. So this redstone repeater will turn on, and then it will take a little while because of this system to turn off. So the observer will give 2 ticks, but with a little bit of delay between, which will allow the water enough time to flow down the farm. And then once all that is done, it will be right in time, hopefully, for this hopper clock to flip back the other way. And then this thing will get another tick. It will send another pulse all through the system, and so on and so forth. Now the collection system on this is really easy. Right now I just have it going to this chest, and this is more just a test We'll have a little bit of a bigger collection system, I think, along this wall once we confirm everything is good and working. But it's pretty simple. You just have water flowing all the way down in this direction, and then it goes around the corner and then up a bubble elevator into some hoppers behind that chest, which will go into the chest. All right, I think we're ready. Let's push the button. Now this first circuit will take a little while because the hopper clock has to run through all those items the first time around. But in just a second, we should see this hopper move and then all the bone meal go off. So boom, there goes all the bone meal. Those are all of our flowers. And then in just a second, the water should be coming out. But it's not. Let's go find out why. Let's see what's going on back here. We got a pulse through. But maybe it was too quick for this system to pick up. So maybe I need to increase the delay on this a little bit, and we'll see. There we go. That seems to have worked now. So let's see it in action now. In just a second, we should get some more flowers. No. Wonder why. Interesting. More testing needs to be done. Okay, where did all this redstone go? Oh. Whoops. Let's put that back. And this should go like this. This should go like that. And that should be good. All right. Sounds like it's working now. All right. Let's see it in action. Here comes all the flowers. And then all the water. Perfect. This looks good. All the water should flow down. 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 Push everything into our collection system. Perfect. And then it all is going to end up here. Slowly but surely. Probably overwhelming the one hopper I have back there. So let me turn this system off for now. But yeah, it looks like everything is working as planned. Now, unfortunately, my flower farm isn't generating as many flowers as I had hoped. And I looked it up, and it seems like flowers generate in a sort of gradient pattern in flower forests, which are affected by the Y level as well. So I thought that this would be a wide range of flowers because I tested it up on the surface. But turns out the Y level affects it too. So there's a kind of a gradient. It goes from the azure, those white flowers, to the alliums, those purple ones, to the red tulips, to the orange tulips, and then so on and so forth through the gradient. So I think I might end up extending this flower farm even farther down to try to get more of the gradient. But for now, I'm just going to put in this platform so that way we can start setting up the collection system against this wall over here. And if I did this again, I would probably lay out a bunch of dirt first and bone meal it just to see what kind of flowers we could get. But then again, it also was affected by the Y level, so it's kind of hard to tell exactly what kind of flowers you're going to get ahead of time. But I could have spent the time putting the dirt out first. But hey, you live and you learn. All right, we've made some pretty significant progress in this area, and we've started adding in an auto sorter for all the flowers and the seeds that come into the system from the flower farm. I've only added in these first 5 modules here for now because that's all the flowers that we get from the farm so far. I'm going to work on expanding this flower farm to get more of the different variants. But back here, we just have all the redstone for the auto sorter, and I've redirected the bubble column in the back to now go into the system instead of this chest here at the front. So I think we should just test this system real quick and make sure that it works before we turn our flower farm back on. So let me just grab some of this stuff and let's just start putting it in the system and let's see if it all gets sorted out right. Yes, it looks like it's working properly. Everything has so far been sorted into its own little system. And if we happen to get anything else that is not currently sorted in the system right now, it'll just end up in this chest up here. But, I mean, we don't get anything else right now from the flower farm, so that should be fine. That chest will stay empty. So, we're good to just run this flower farm however long we want to now, and everything will be perfectly sorted here. And I can start composting all the seeds or even some of the flowers if I want to make bone meal to resupply the farm, that'll be good. But for now, I'll just leave it as is, and we can do that another time. And I think that's enough fiddling around here for now, because there's something that I want to do on the surface. I want to add an auto crafter to condense all of these iron ingots into iron blocks. And I also want to add in an auto sorter, get rid of these poppies, maybe send them down to the farm down below. So let's see if we can do that. And it turns out we can. I managed to squeeze in a bunch of redstone down here. This is just a little item filter. So this chest will be for the flowers, and this chest will be for the iron. Now the flowers get sent way down a water stream that goes down and around all the way to the item filters down at the bottom. So before I actually turn this thing on, I do need to add in a chest for the poppies down there. And the iron will go through an auto crafter. So it will put 9 iron in here and then craft it into an iron block, and then that'll get spit out and it'll go down, and then it'll go around, and then it'll go up a bubble column into this chest here at the front. So we'll be able to access all our iron here. That makes it really nice and simple. Now, before I turn this on, let me go back down to the bottom and add in the poppy filter. All right, the item filter is in and labeled. Now let's go back up top. Okay, I think we're ready to give this thing a go. So we have this full chest of iron ingots and poppies, and once I put this hopper here, everything should start flowing down. So let's give it a go. Here we go. Okay, iron ingots going in. Okay. Are they being crafted? Oh. That needs to change. That needs to go like that. Now, are they being crafted? Yes! It worked! And then, let's go take a look up top here to make sure that it's making it into this chest here. Perfect! We got blocks of iron flowing in, and oh man, we're gonna be rich very soon. Very soon. I mean, we already are rich, but now we're gonna be iron block rich instead of iron ingot rich. And as for the poppies, well, it doesn't seem like this is quite working the way I need to. I need to adjust something here. All right, I think I've got something that works here. I just decided to change it out for an observer clock system here. So whenever something's in this dispenser, this comparator will turn on, push this up, which turns on the observer clock, which will tick it until there's nothing left in here. So let me just add in these. It's a little bit of a crazy system now because it's kind of overflowing, but yeah, it works. You can see all the poppies going down the stream. Now let's go check and see if they made it to the bottom. And yep, looks like they're flowing in down here at the bottom, so everything is working, which is amazing. That makes things so much easier, so much cleaner, and so much neater. And boy, this thing is really backed up. It's going to take a while for all this to go through, but I don't mind. I can just hang around for a little bit or do some building or something around here. I don't mind at all. And guys, I think that is all we're going to have time for today. In next episode, I think we're going to have to take care of our little redstone problem. I've got 11 redstone to my name. That's all I got left. Cut this project really, really close. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you very, very much. And if you're interested in what other shenanigans we get up to from here, make sure you subscribe. We got a lot more planned. Like redstone, next episode. But that is going to be all from me for this episode. I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.